I like FC26. I'm going to give it a second just to breathe. Being on my channel holding a controller and having FIFA footage in my Elgato makes me feel like I'm 15 years old again. Firstly, I need to disclaim this by two very important things. Number one, I know this is very like the honeymoon phase and this game will become like hell in 2 weeks. It's due to the gameplay being patched or changed in some way due to EA, or by number two, the community will end up being the community and end up killing itself by playing the most meta, most abusive way imaginable, making your life and their life suffer. I've gone through the effort of actually hooking up my PlayStation to my actual desk here. I'm actually here gaming, which is fun. Wait. No, I've got to do it. Wait, what? Give me a second. Yep, I've still got it. After all these years, Dean Marnie, mate. Stroke your deans. Stroke your deans. I've just realised there's probably actually a good portion of my community now that has genuinely no idea who Dean Marnie is and why I'm holding a card of him. That actually makes me want to jump off a bridge. I'm going to keep the Dean Marnie there throughout the video for nostalgic reasons, and I hope that it makes you cry. So what I have done here is that I've used my 10-hour trial. I was going to say free, but it costs £5. But it's better than paying 60. So I'm on my last hour now, so I've played 9 hours, so I think I've got a good idea of my typical experience of playing FIFA. And I think I can tell you, am I going to buy this game myself? I did not want to go and just buy this game, play it for maybe 2 weeks, knowing that I'm not going to play it again, and then not play it again until maybe Christmas for Team of the Year, and then not touch it again until maybe Team of the Season, and then not play it again. That's been a cycle for many years now. Will this change? I'm here to tell you categorically, I think it's worthwhile you buying FC26. I think they've made changes to the gameplay, and I think that in terms of actual game modes of FUT, I think they've made improvements. I must say, if you do play career mode, this isn't the video for you, because I don't really play career mode. So I want you to comment down below, what do you think about this FIFA? What do you think about it? Do you think you will still enjoy it in a month? Like and subscribe, and of course, Vizeh Designs for the best football prints, all made by myself. Use code Vizeh for 15% off all items. And of course, keep in mind, I got my new Photobook company, Everbook, out in the next week or two, so keep an eye on that, link down below, and feel free and add your email to the website so you get notified when it's up, and you always get 10% off your first order as well. So yeah, let's crack in. So when I went into this game, I had three main things that I wanted to see was changed, or something that I felt it'd be going in the right direction. Was EA listening to the people? Which should be the entire point of them being a gaming company. If you're not listening to the people that play it, who the hell are you listening to? Presumably people that, pays you and make more money for you. Shareholders and sponsors and so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. I love capitalism. Number one of the main things that I wanted to see change was, in terms of gameplay, have they made it more enjoyable? Do you feel satisfied? Do you feel rewarded by making a good defensive choice and you actually get the ball back, not some bounce back blending through nonsense? When you make a good defensive call, do you get rewarded for that? That's one key detail. Number two is, of course, the kind of style of the game. In recent years, because of the hypermotion nonsense, it means that it's been a lot more slower. It means that it's been much more of a slumpy walking through mud simulator until you get the top end players that feels a bit better. Not perfect by any means, but a bit better. I would want it to be more responsive. I would want it to feel like your left stick dribbling was improved, to feel like that would add much more of a skill gap that's beyond just, your credit card. Fast decision making, dribbling, and it also means that when you flick through defensive, it means you can defend a lot better as well if the game is responsive. Number two is the actual game modes itself. What do you do during the week that makes you want to play the game? Is it worthwhile? Is it worth your time? And I think they've gone steps in the right direction here too, because I think the power curve this year, from what it appears, will be a bit more controlled from what it appears to be. To win will always have pay to win. People can still spunk £1,000 onto the game and open a bunch of packs to get a step ahead. That's always going to exist. But I feel like most people aren't like that. For the most part, most people don't need to do that to get a good team. And I feel like you can still get a good team, but it feels like it's not just given to you on the plate. Or at least I could say right now it's not. I know that in literally a week this could all change. But as of right now, in the first, 2 weeks of this game being out, the rewards are not as powerful as it were last time, which you may think is a negative, but for me is actually a positive, because I think it actually means that if you do pack something good, it feels much more rewarding. It feels like an actual significant improvement on your team. However, this could just be the fact that it's the start of the game, and whatever you do this time of the game is always much more significant. You will actually bother to play squad battles or to really care about the objectives a lot more because you want to get yourself a 82 times 3 pack or something, because that could actually have a player that can actually go in your team right now. The reason why you want to slow down the power curve is that it still makes things like working into objectives still more worthwhile in the future. Let me put my glasses on and let's actually go into the game and what I like the most here. So this is my account. Of course, I've just played the trial. Will I actually buy this game? Yes, I will. I'm actually going to give EA credit here. I think they've done a better job this year. And I'm going to go straight into why I would. Let's go into the new competitive modes, the new modes here. They've added daily knockout tournaments, but it's done a different way. It's done with what appears to be more reason, with more meaning behind it. And it's not just there and it's just you could just play it anytime you want. It gives a bit more tense. It makes it a bit more intense. There's like a time of when you can play it. Rush is still there, Rivals, then there's Challengers. There's Foot Champions, and then there's Ultimate Gauntlet. So they've added in basically in live events as well, these kind of tournaments, daily knockout tournaments basically, but based around different types of things that can be working towards objectives as well that you can improve your team. There's the qualified, and of course there's the finale that you can actually get some kind of rewards. Same thing for the Silver Superstars League. I think this is really cool. There's of course all the objectives that's connected to this as well. Why you would want to play this, you get all these different types of packs. Later on, you could get yourself, you know, 5 times CT1 pack, and at the end a England Cornerstones base hero, or I don't even know what RR means. But if you're someone that wants to put time in the game, there's an option for you in a knockout mode that's not, I mean, it may be a bit more intense than playing just against your friend or the AI, but it's not Rivals. Because for me, Rivals is great to play right now because I'm in Division 7, just got into the game. If you're in like Division 3, 2, if you're that good, Division 1 or Elite, it does kind of suck. So you need other outlets to kind of look forward to throughout the week. Otherwise, the cycle of Rivals, which sucks, then playing Foot Champs, Foot Champs has almost turned into more the casual mode compared to Rivals, which should never be the case. So these new modes, I love, and this is the reason why I would come back to this game. Because this gives me a reason or a thing to look forward to that's not just Rivals or Foot Champions. And because there is a reward there, that gives you almost like a thing to show off. So for example, right, today, the first day, they've done the Ultimate Gauntlet. Now this is basically a 3-match system where you're going to play 3 completely different teams, okay, and squads. And you can't play the same players in any of these 3 games. And with this, it's connected to the objectives where you can get yourself a kudos if you win all 3 games in a perfect round. Of course, you get packs by winning other games or just playing it yourself, but there's the incentive of course, having a kudos and having that to show off in the club saying, I got that. For me, this is perfect. Alongside that, today, they've done challenges, which seems to be a pretty more laid-back version of that kind of tournament, where you're just going to win 5 matches, you get some easy packs, so win 5 games, you get these 3 packs or picks, and it seems like it's quite relaxed, actually, just win 5 games. It's like a mini version of Foot Champions in a way, which I think is good, because it has that competitive element, but it's not like Rivals, where you're just playing against people on your level, and if you aren't that good, it's fine, but if you are good, it sucks. It takes me back to why people love this game, and why people play this game, and why EA have basically perfected the kind of daily cycle of logging back on. Because there's always something to do, and it's so rewarding almost at the start of the game because it actually makes a difference. Every single part of this year, the foundations of the season, or to the live events, to the campaign, to even the milestones sometimes, there's always something for you to work towards that feels like you're going in the right direction. Like for example, I even did the rush objective. I did it. The reason why I did it is because in 2 of the separate objectives, it required you to score goals with Portuguese players, including this Toze, the Saudi player here. I had to score goals with a Portuguese player. and also in another objective. I think it was in the standard weekly objectives, which was this one, score 10 goals for a Portuguese player. I already had a Bernardo Silva. So I thought, okay, what was an easy way to get goals with him and also make the most out of my time? So I thought, why not go into rush with that Bernardo Silva, because it was a slow comp collected, had a maximum pace of 75, so I felt like I might as well just do him in that. Lo and behold, hey look, there's this Cornerstones Darlington Nagby, this random MLS guy. Well, I already played 5 games of rush to unlock most of these wins, so I felt like, okay, well I just need 6 goals with a USA player, I could play a game of squad battles, get that all done completely, and then that's what I did. Of course, by doing week play, you get the points and then put into your actual complete FC season. And then there's the FC season, when they added season pass basically, they actually have done it, and especially for the start of the game, EA are making me want to put 1,000 FIFA points in this game, because it actually would be useful for the first month. Because every single tier has a standard reward for just a standard player. However, there's also a premium reward at the same time, so you can double what you receive each time you play. At level 15, you could have any of these EFL Championship players, but also a Josh Sargent as well. And because of the Ultimate Gauntlet, and you have these things that I imagine will change each week, that you need these types of different players, sometimes you need players from certain leagues as well, having a club with more players seems more necessary than ever. You should actually fill out your club with players with different leagues because of these competitions. It gives you a reward for playing a game differently. It makes it entertaining by doing different things. And because it's not done in Champions or in Rivals, which is highly competitive for the most part, it's done in a much more freer setting. It'll still be competitive because they're still playing for rewards, but it seems like it's a lot more laid back than typical FIFA. Now, if you want to see what my club is, it's nothing special. I just played the game. I've got some kind of Serie A team with some La Liga players there. Literally nothing special at all. I've done nothing other than just play the game in a normal way for like the 8 hours I've been on it. So the cycle of the game, right now, I like the additions to these new game modes that they've added. I think it adds a lot more variety to the way that you play the game, and it gives you more reason to actually care more about what you do with your club personally. Next up is going to be gameplay. Now, in the background, you got a variety of Rivals gameplay, and there's some gameplay from Draft. I've not recorded that much footage because I don't think it's really necessary, and keep in mind, I've not played FIFA for like 2-3 years really, only sporadically, so even though I think I was quite decent back in the day, I was like a consistent elite player, elite 3, I'm not that good. If you're someone that doesn't really play FIFA much and you just come on and you play the gameplay, it may just feel like any other FIFA you've played for the last 2-3 years. Like, it does have that same sense that I don't really like the fact that every stadium seems to be in the same stadium. I would love a bit more variety, but it seems like people just stay in the same stadium all the time, which is quite annoying. But anyway, that's a niche thing. Gameplay, I quite enjoy it. I think they've improved left stick dribbling. That for me is a massive part. I want the game to feel fast. I want dribbling to feel a lot more rewarding, and that your decisions and what you do should be rewarded to you. Passing does seem decent. However, I must say this, a lot of games you play does just appear to end up being a basketball match. We just go from one side counter, one side counter, one side counter, counter-attacking simulator. It has been like this already for like 4 or 5 years. Now, this will still be in the game. The reality is, to counteract this, people will just start dropping deep and just having more defenders at the back, play like a 4-2-3-1 formation, like defensive with 2 DMs. That likely will happen. I imagine if I play at the higher level in higher divisions or in FUT Champions, I'm going to be playing these type of people, and I may not enjoy it as much. When it comes to gameplay, I find that the community is typically its own enemy, where it just plays the game in the most just toxic way, abusive way imaginable, just for the sake of course, winning the game, which you want to win the game, so you do whatever you can to win that game. It just means that it makes it miserable for everyone else. This is what I feel with FIFA. It feels like it's this very own worst enemy, where people would do anything. There's still hackers on this game, from what I can see from the FUT market, especially on the PC. So for me personally, if I face one hacker myself, I'm just going to go straight and turn off crossplay and only play players on PlayStation. I saw that Inception did a 2.5 hour long video of his initial thoughts, which I found hilarious. For initial thoughts is longer than the majority of movies in the world. I watched some of it, not all of it. I'm not insane, maybe like 30 minutes. And Inception is known as being the most critical gameplay guy I've ever seen. And when he speaks, I usually always listen. Even he has some credits for this game, for this gameplay. And from what I've seen, I like the direction it's gone in compared to how it's been in recent years. It feels more responsive, it feels faster, and it feels like, especially defensively, your actions, if you make a good call, you seem to get rewarded for it a lot more times than you have done in the past. However, games, of course, do become basketball matches, with high-scoring games becoming quite common. Defending can be tough, especially with the new left stick dribbling mechanics, which means that it can be hard to read what your opponent could do, especially if they're using quite fast players, very high technical players, which means that they move much faster. But in my opinion, this improves the skill level and the skill gap. Oh yeah, also the kickoff is very much still a thing. It just happens where your defense seems to be so much more prone to runs in behind than if you do at any other time of the game. For example, this draft game that you can see, the game was fine for like the entire second half, and then it was like back to back kickoff goals. It was just ridiculous. And this happens almost every other game, guaranteed. So comment down below kind of where you stand with FIFA. Have you played it? Do you enjoy it? My review is that I'm going to buy it. And I feel better about this than what I did last year, mainly because I think the gameplay has changed for the better, in my opinion, for now. And number two, I like that they've actually put in some new game modes, put in some new events that's actually worthwhile doing. That, alongside all the objectives, at least for the first month or so, I hope, it will still feel rewarding. It will still feel, because the best part of FUT is the feeling of slowly improving your team, and that your effort, your time put into it is worthwhile. Yes, you can just get lucky and get something lucky in a pack at one stage, and that happens, but it's, doing it properly and actually building up your squad. And when you get that good player that you actually really want, like if I pack a Rashford now, I'll go mental, because that would actually really help me. And maybe in a month I could pack someone a bit higher up, maybe a Rafael Leao or something, or Usman Dembele. Now would really have that be like huge. And I would love that card, I imagine, because it will help me massively. In terms of gameplay, I've not really experienced any sort of real inconsistent gameplay as of yet. But I know this could probably change up for Champions. But so far, in terms of gameplay, consistency-wise, servers-wise, I've not had any real issues. It's always felt consistently decent for me. And I've played about 20-30 games. I've played a good amount online, and I've had a decent time in terms of gameplay connection things. It's not been that bad. If you already play FIFA, you've already got the game, this means nothing to you. If you're someone that hasn't got the game and you're thinking maybe I'll get it, I think because of these new introductions, I think it's worthwhile getting, and it's something that you may actually enjoy doing for a bit longer than previous years. So that's my thoughts. Comment down below yours, and I'll see you boys next time. See ya.